Hello horror fans, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, a top 5 today. And today we're going to go down the route of my top 5 favourite cannibal films. And then we might have a little discussion about animal cruelty. So bear with me. So first of all, we'll go through the cannibal films. Now, my top 5, 4 of them are video nasties, and 4 of them contain animal cruelty. So let's crack on, do the top 5 first. In number 5 is a film starring John Saxon, and it's called Cannibal Apocalypse. This is a really cool sort of cannibal film. It's sort of based on these soldiers returning from Vietnam, and this sort of disease spreads around the city and the cannibals and stuff like that. And it does have some animal cruelty in the film. It was a video nasty, as you can see, and this is the DVD. UK, I still think we're still waiting for a Blu-ray release for it, and I'm surprised Shameless or 88 Film haven't picked it up yet, but who knows. Anyway, that's number 5. Number 4 is one of the infamous ones. It's Umberto Lenzi's Cannibal Ferox, which in the premise of the film has a really good story to it. It's sort of based on these 3 students going out to the Green Inferno to sort of put to rest that there's not such thing as cannibals. And en route there, they meet a couple of drug dealers, Mike and his friend. They meet them. And then all this sort of array of things happen, and with the cannibals. The 2 drug dealers are horrible to the tribes people, and they end up getting their demise and stuff like this. And it's very, very gruesome. There's a lot of gore in this, and there's quite a bit of animal cruelty in it. It's on the same level as one of the other films coming up. It does have sort of like, but I'll leave that to the discussion about animal cruelty in a minute. So this does have animal cruelty in it. It does have some quite unpleasant scenes of torture and body parts being sort of cut off and eaten. So it is quite a gory and infamous sort of horror film, and it is a good film apart from the animal cruelty. And that is number 4, Cannibal Ferox. Number 3 doesn't have any animal cruelty in it, and it's more of a modern one. It's Eli Roth's The Green Inferno. I love this film because to me it's like the other films but without all the animal stuff in it. You know, it's still got the horrendous sort of gore and torture, but it doesn't have the gore of the others, which I think makes it more of an easier sort of watch in sense. Now, if I was going to say to you, what is like, if you've not seen any cannibal films, what would I recommend to start with? I'd probably say this one, because it's not as, I say it's not as hardcore, because the gore and the torture things are quite distressing and disturbing. This wasn't a video nasty, because obviously this is way after the video nasty time. But it is a lot easier watch than the others because they've taken out any sort of like things like to do with animals. So that's really cool. That's number 3, Green Inferno. Number 2 is The Mountain of the Cannibal God, or The Slave of the Cannibal God, starring Ursula Andress. I mean, again, and she's quite a big star. She's a Bond girl, isn't she? And she's in this film. Again, it's very, very similar. The travelers out in the jungle, and they come across these cannibals. And again, I like this one because it's actually got a really good sort of story behind it. It's got animal cruelty in it, but it's not as severe as the other ones. But it does have some animal cruelty in there. again. So, and it was a video nasty. Just making sure I'm not exposing anything onto the screen too much. And it is quite a good story again, and you know it's got Ursula in it, so that's pretty cool. But and it's quite weird to see someone who's sort of well known doing this sort of Italian B movie. Now once again, this was a video nasty. So number one has to be the infamous and only one, Cannibal Holocaust. Again, this is the most famous of the cannibal sort of films and of the video nasties. If you watch anybody's video nasty sort of top tens or anything like that, which is the most shocking, this was going to be number one, Cannibal Holocaust, because it still is today. It's a story based on, I think I've done a review on my channel. It's a story based upon these group of filmmakers go out to the Green Inferno, and they stumble on this tribe, cannibal tribe, and they torment them. They torture animals. A lot of animal cruelty in this one. It's probably the worst of all of them for animal cruelty, to be honest. There's a lot of animal cruelty in it. They torment and they torture and they kill some of the tribes and rape them and all sorts of things. They're just horrible. So the tribe obviously get their revenge on these filmmakers. And then it sort of we cut to New York in this one, where they're going, they found that they send like a little team out to try and find out what's happened to these filmmakers, because they've disappeared. So they go out there and sort of befriend the tribe, and the tribe don't do it because they're nice to the tribe. The tribe don't do nothing to these people that have gone out looking for them. So they find the films of the filmmakers there with the tribe, and they manage to get them off them. They manage to do a trade with them, and they take the films back, and then they watch the films back. And this is where you see a lot of the found footage stuff, where you see them tormenting animals, tormenting the tribe, and you see them get their demise. And that's what the film's based upon. And so it's a really interesting story and found footage film. It's one of the sort of like original sort of found footage sort of films, and it's a wonderful film apart from the animal cruelty. So if that's not in there, which if you do buy this film, buy this edition. This is by Grindhouse. Buy this edition because it includes an animal cruelty free version. Shameless have also released a Cannibal Holocaust, and it says it's got bits cut out. It does have some bits cut out, but there's still some animal cruelty visible in this. Not 100% cut out, but in this it's cut out, and it's just had another re-release on 4K on 88 films, and I believe that's the full version of the film with the animal cruelty, and it does not include an animal cruelty free version of the film. So I would recommend picking this edition up, because not only does it have that animal cruelty thing, it also has the CD soundtrack, which is really, really cool. The music's amazing in this film. Really cool. So that is probably my favourite cannibal film. So it's been a long time coming doing the Cannibal Top 5, because it's such a difficult one to do, because it's not my go-to film. And not because I don't like cannibal film. I think I love all that, because it's on par with zombie films if you think about it. You know, zombies are eating human flesh, and so are these cannibals. Except these cannibals are live, living human beings, not dead people. Not fictitious, if you like. And it's ruined and marred by animal cruelty. So here's the thing. Now, these are not the only films with animal cruelty in it. You do have some other horror genres. I mean, you have that film Southern Comfort, which has animal cruelty. You see animals being slaughtered in it. Even Apocalypse Now has a cow being killed in it and stuff like this, being sacrificed. So there's been animal cruelty throughout films, and there's different versions of animal cruelty. Okay, now if you're watching a documentary about a tribe and they kill an animal and they eat it, that's different. Or if you're watching a David Attenborough documentary and you see a lion take down a gazelle, that's different. That's survival things. This is killing animals for no point whatsoever. These poor animals have got no say in anything, just being killed for a film. And there's other animal cruelty, like it happens today. If you watch TV, if you watch these documentary survival programs like Bear Grylls, whatever, when you see them capturing an animal and killing it and then eating it, that's still animal cruelty. It's not survival because they don't need to do it. They're doing it specifically for a TV program, and that's what it's for. Trying to be like, oh, this is how to survive. Now, if it's a program about a tribe, that's different because that's their way of living. Our way of living, we have a Tesco on every corner, pretty much. We don't need to do animal cruelty. And these films, these exploitation films, just brought animal cruelty into the film for no other reason, just to shock. And it's no need to be in there, you know. Yes, this has got some animal cruelty in it. Well, it's like a cheetah killing a monkey. That's different. Again, that's an animal killing an animal, you know. But then it's got a horrendous one where the mite kills like this hog for no reason, you know, with a knife. And it's just like, why are you doing that? You know, and it's just, I just don't like it. And there's some shocking ones in Cannibal Holocaust with a turtle and with another sort of pig and stuff like this. It's just horrendous sort of animal cruelty. And there's no justification for it, you know. So, and these films have put it in there just solely just to shock. But the films are shocking enough without it. There was absolutely no point, and it was almost like it set off a sort of this is what you got to do. If you want to make a cannibal film, you want to shock people, you must put animal cruelty in it. And that's just so wrong, you know. I know that the director of this film was nearly prosecuted because they thought they actually murdered people in the film, which obviously it all come out, obviously it didn't. But I still think he should have been prosecuted for what he did to the animals in that film, because that is still murder, you know. But because they're animals and they can't speak and got no say, that's all right. And that's where it's so wrong. I disagree with animal cruelty of any type, of any kind, of any form. I really do. And so it's a deep, deep subject with me, so I tend to avoid watching these films, but they're great films. That's why they're in my collection. And like I said, the Cannibal Holocaust one, because I've got the cruelty-free one, I can watch that any time because there's no animal cruelty in it. And Green Inferno I can watch any time. The other ones I sort of know when it's going to come, and I just look away, and I just close my eyes, or I make a drink, or I do something and look at my phone while that bit's going on, and I rejoin the film. And when I've rejoined the film, it's not added anything to the story, and it's not taken nothing away, so why put it in there? I think in this day and age, all these films should be, yes, they've done it, they did the animal cruelty, but I still think the censors should have moved that out of the film. Just because it's senseless and mindless. Like I said, in documentary, a proper documentary about a real tribe that, you know, use their darts to kill an animal for their food, that's completely different, isn't it? That's their survival. But these are just actors, you know, and they're just acting out, and they use real animals. obviously most films today, if anything like this happens, it's fake animals, or you know, that they use other things. They don't use the actual real animal, I hope. But yeah, so I just wanted to add a little discussion on the end of my top 5 there about animal cruelty and how I feel about it. I think it was absolutely disgusting. I think it shouldn't have been happened. It did, but I still think it should be removed from these films because it brings nothing to the films, and cutting those bits out still takes nothing away from the film. That's the proof of it, because it's still a better watch. It's a much better watch without the animal cruelty in it, because you know you're not going to see nothing like that in it. So it's, yeah, what humans do to humans, it's up to them, you know. But animals have no say, or have no, or have innocent about what's going on in their surroundings, should not be used for entertainment. So that's it. My top 5 favourite cannibal films. Number 5, Cannibal Apocalypse. Number 4, Cannibal Ferox. Number 3, The Green Inferno, a good starter film for cannibal films. Mountain of the Cannibal God is number 2. And number 1, Cannibal Holocaust. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Check out some other horror channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzlewell, I Am Icelord, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Haunted House, and a massive shout out to my lad. And I've always said to my lad, I don't want him to see these films. There's stuff in there I just I don't think it's suitable, you know. He loves his horror, but there's just some films I think, mate, stay clear of. Like in other extreme films like Sarlo and stuff. I said, just stay clear of them. They're not as entertainment as much as your horror that you like, but you make your own choices, guys. See you soon.